Hi guys, welcome to the overview video where I'll be going over the main features of the Gods mod version 2.1. Why I've kind of waited to make this video is mainly because it was kind of unpolished, but version 2, mainly 2.1, is a very polished version of my mod. I will keep adding more and more features and testing, so please keep giving me feedback. But in order to start playing the Gods mod or getting a lot of the gameplay out of it, you can do two options here, okay? One of the options is you can go into the ruler designer here and go ahead and just at the bottom add in young god, or if you're a girl, goddess. It'll correct that if you're a guy or a girl, so you can try that if you want, but I've put in necessary precautions to make sure that males stay god, females stay goddess. Or you can choose evil god or come out as a demigod, whatever you want. So we can either do this now, or one of the main features is you can just select any character you want and become a god. So for example, we'll go ahead and become, you could be like Charlemagne and make him become a god. That sounds like a fun thing to do. But I'm going to go ahead and pick King Earlhead of Northumbria here. Mainly because he's a lot easier for me to show the different parts of the mod easily without testing. I'm going to go ahead and make it easy on us here. Give us some piety, cash, prestige, just get us in the right spot. So what ends up happening, one of the main features of the Gods mod, regardless if you're a god or not, is soon you'll see it, it'll pop up here as an event, is there's a market with weapons, and here it is. So what this does is this event gives an empty sword slot, armor slot, shield slot, helmet slot, and legging slot to every character, including the player and AI in the game. And once you have this, what this allows you to do is to go into the market and purchase weapons, shields, and armor at the market. Now, how you enter the market is in the Intrigue tab under Decisions. You go ahead and click it, and it gives you this nice menu here. And you have the option between bronze, iron, steel. Steel's better than iron, iron's better than bronze, but they are very expensive. For example, a steel sword is 400 gold. That's a lot of gold, but you can save up for it and buy it for yourself. One of the nice things is now, as you can see, we own a steel sword here. What I can go ahead and do is I can right-click people in my dynasty and grant them swords, shields, helmets, armor, leggings, as I see fit. So I can go ahead now, I give this to my heir. The events will trigger for the AI over time, so you'll see the empty slots eventually pop up to this. But another feature is if I don't have a chance to give my sword away to my sons, when I die it passes on to your heir. So anything you own and pay for passes on to your heir. So it kind of gives you the ability to slowly over time build and acquire a strong set of armor and swords for yourself. What it ends up doing, as you can tell if you look at this, is a steel sword gives you a personal combat skill of +6. If you don't have anything, it takes away combat skills. So right now, because we're not wearing anything, it's lowered. What this also happens is, if you happen to gain the god trait, it gives you like 20 combat skill. It makes you quite strong. But if a human player or an AI player has a significant, like they have gold, like for example you can get gold armor or light armor, which is accessible in a separate secret menu that you get access to later in the game. It gives them the AI the combat ability, should you meet them in battle, to maybe slay the god and get that way. So we're going to go ahead and leave the market now that I've kind of expressed that whole part, that this goes on whether you're a god or not. Now, how we become a god without using the ruler designer is this first event that comes up in the window, which is I had a weird dream. It basically tells you you had a dream of seeing light and darkness. That's the whole the whole theme of the mod is this good versus evil, good God versus evil God, and we had a dream about it. So we're going to go ahead and move forward, and we had the dream. So as you can see now, it's like we had a weird dream. It's kind of affecting us. We move forward. Here's the next part of the event that happens later. A mysterious old man makes his way into your court. He asks for your hospitality. Normally you would say no, but there's something magnetic about this man. You invite him to dinner. During the feast, he grabs your arm, looks you straight in the eyes. He knows about your dream you had, and he knows your desire to know more about this war between light and dark. He offers to stay in your court. If you tell him to get out of your sight, you'll gain a hidden trait called Denied the Seer, and you will not you will not become a god at all as long as this living character. Your heir may be given the chance, but you can deny it, and the Gods mod, keep playing with all your armor and stuff, but you won't become a god. You can keep moving along. But if you like to become a god, you can invite him to stay with you. This gives you a new trait called having a personal seer. Gives you a little bit of learning ability, as well as it adds a seer to your court called the Seer. And he's a guy that you can make. He's got a high learning and intrigue, and you could definitely make him someone in your court. But the thing is, if you notice, is he worships the good light religion trait, so he won't, and he's celibate, so you can't get him to have any children. Plus, he's pretty old when it comes to you. Now, if this event pops up, it allows this defining event chooses if you want to become a good god or an evil god. We're going to choose good god for this example, and so now we're a student of the light. Our seer is teaching us. Part of what the seer teaches is you must work on your kindness. So if you have the cruel trait, it'll help you lose the cruel trait. If you have a deceitful trait, it'll help you get rid of it. But there's a 70% chance of us gaining the kind trait. We'll most likely gain it. Oh, we didn't gain it. So it starts working on percentages. I'm trying to refine this event stuff, but this is how it functions so far right now. So if you don't have the kind trait, it'll prolong your way to get the kind. But in order to move forward, I'm going to go ahead and manually add the kind trait to our character here. So once you get kind or cruel, you can move on now to the next step. Stop it, please. So as we can look here, we'll start. See, look at this. Your courtier Elfwood died. By the laws of inheritance you receive. So if no one has anything to give you, so he had bought in a bronze helmet. He passed his bronze helmet on to us, so now we have bronze helmet. But if you look at, and it lets us know that we got a helmet. If you look at this, all the characters have the slots, all AI characters, and if you notice, they're starting to buy. The AIs begin to start filling out their armor. They start with bronze first, then they move to iron, then they move to steel, and so on. A full steel set could kill a god without any armor, which is interesting, but that's just how it works. So we'll wait for the next event, which will try to get us some strength here. So then after trying to get the kindness event, you wait a long time, and eventually it'll pop up and it'll teach you how to add strength. To even move that even much forward, we're going to add the trait strong to ourselves. So just for the sake of time. So we have this trait strong, and event should pop up letting us know that we can become a god now. Let's do all this. So now, now that we have strong trait and kind trait, we must create light. So instead of becoming a student of light, we must become an eternal light. There's a 50-50% chance for this, and we got it, and it gives us a lot of nice bonuses. And once we become the eternal light, then we get this final event that makes us a god. So now we are a young god. What I'm going to go ahead and do is kill our wife here so I can show you another feature of the game. Now that we've become a god through the events. I know I did it pretty fast, but actually if you follow it all the way through, it takes about 5 to 10 years, plus you have to be a minimum age of 20 to go through the events. I'm trying to make it more intricate, different things. If you have ideas on a more fun way to become a god, but I didn't want to make it too hard. I wanted it to still be fun for the players who want it, because so now that we don't have a wife and we're now a god, we're a young god though. So why I have the young god trait is so that when you become a god, you stay immortal, your portrait stays young and it doesn't get old. Um, so here's the event. When you come of age, you fought and toiled amongst your fellow mortals, and you feel the light flow through you like you never before. You are a god now. What will you do with your newfound power? So we are now a god. We have the good god trait. We have the good light amongst us, but we have an Anglo-Saxon culture. We're going to wait for a second here, and an event will pop up to allow us to change our culture right here. So I created two cultures. Basically, if you're a good god, you can be high god and you get angels, and you can create buildings. But I gave these two work in progress cultures, which don't have as much features as the main top one. I would suggest you play with the top one. It's a lot more fun in my opinion. But for those of you who like Norse culture or Olympic culture, you can choose these ones. Their characters or their special units are the Jotnar, Norse giants. The Olympic god is the Titans. You can create them, but the Jotnar and the Titans cannot procreate like the angels can right now. So we're going to choose High God, our normal culture. And so what this now allows us to do is if you go into your castle, you can create a small light source. This gives you angels, higher retinue size, and gold income. As you grow and expand these, it gives you this godly cushion to be able to expand and grow quickly, and either in fact, if you're an evil god, invade and control, or whatever behooves you. So now that we're unmarried and we're a god, we can create a goddess, which is of our own dynasty. So if we look here, we created this goddess here. She has young goddess trait. She's attractive, scholar, diligent, etc. We're going to go ahead and marry her. So now we're married to our goddess. Any child we have with our wife will be a god. But what I have the ability to do is create demigods. So for example, I can go to Charlemagne here, find his wife, and divine conception her. She will now bear a child of mine that it will become a demigod and under the liege of King Carl. And I can eventually god duel them, etc., etc., which we'll move into later. But now that I'm have several duchies and I'm the first god and I have my goddess wife, I want to be known as the king of the gods. So under the religion of good, you have the ability to become the head of the king of the good faith, king of the gods. You can create this title, and now I've created the kingdom of the gods. But I'm not quite king of the gods. I don't have a bonus amongst other gods. So if you click yourself, you can become the king of the gods. This gives you a trait, king of the gods, which gives you a little boost of beyond other gods and a better fertility, and then this nice nickname, king of the gods. Once you become king of the gods, any god you have in your court, whether it's your children or anyone else who's become a god, you can award them titles. We have to wait till once they have not the young god trait, but like a fully grown god trait. We'll wait till she grows from a god. There she is. Now she's a full goddess. You can award these these titles to them. There's 5 titles per good goddess, good god, evil goddess, evil god, and they're all unique. Goddess of the sun, so of light, sun, darkness, and moon. They're diplomatic based, so they give you higher diplomacy to the character, to the god. Protection, strategy, war. Those are martial. Harvest, fortune, greediness, etc. is stewardship, silence, murder, god of the dead, all etc. across all 5 of them gives you higher intrigue, wisdom, knowledge, dark knowledge, etc. gives you learning. Then there's a bonus of god of love, god of fertility, god of adultery, god of lust, goddess of lust, and they give you higher fertility. So if you want to have a god that, because gods have a naturally low fertility so that you don't create a bunch of them. So if you want to have a god that has a higher fertility level, go ahead and give them this trait. Then there's 2 extra bonus ones, goddess of rain, goddess of wine. They kind of have a mixture between diplomacy and stewardship and little quirkiness about them, just so that there's a lot of versatility between. So there's about a total of 7 grantable titles per good god, good goddess, evil god, evil goddess. So there's about 28 total titles you could give out, which is pretty cool considering when I first released it there was only 5. And each one of them comes with their own fancy nickname. So now she's known as Queen Sirius, the goddess of love. And if I wanted to, I could have awarded her Queen of the Gods if I wanted to also. But I made her the if you look here, she can't be granted more than 1. So now she has 1, and she has these. They have these nice traits with them, and another feature is this Divine Steward Education, Divine Education. There's 1 for each one of the educations. It's just divine and a little bit better, and it's just only accessible to angels and gods. Now that I'm king of the gods, I can enter the god market here. I can buy silver, gold, pure light, or if I'm evil, pure darkness, blades, and armor, which are even stronger. I now have the option, now that I'm here, to create an angel for a significant amount and a female angel. I can do one or the other, or both. And so what I've done here is I can create a male angel and a female angel here. Now they're betrothed to each other. So once they're of age, they can have angel children, and if they reach 1,000 light or piety, they become archangels, and so that creates quite the interesting dynamic there. And even if I wanted to, I could divine, once the female angel's of age, I could divine conception her and give her a demigod that has angel blood. And if a angel sleeps with a human, they get angel blood, and if a demigod, there's just a bunch of fun little dynamic traits of involvement with having children with humans versus not. So that's pretty fun to me. And so those are kind of the main fun traits about what you have to play with, and kind of set up a world of gods that you want for yourself. And last but not least, one of the main features is you can god duel. And what this does is this sends you straight into the regular DLC way of life duel. Or if you're playing CK2 Plus, it sends you into that nice, complicated fight system that they created there. So it kind of sends you into any mod's default duel thing. I have yet to create my own custom duel or a Godslayer trait, but that's what I need to work on next. So I always want to make sure there's something new and something fun that I can bring to the play instead of dumping it all on you at once. I like to keep you on your toes and excited. So here we are. We dueled our wife, and I'm going to go ahead and kill her because I can. And that's what happened. So if we go ahead and check in finally before I leave you here on uh, Charlemagne's wife, we're going to see her through to when she gives birth to our child, which will happen very shortly. Look, she's already bought in some bronze leggings. That's pretty nice. The we'll just wait for. Here we are. She gave birth to a son, Gilbert. I will not legitimize him. But as you can see here, he's gotten the trait Young Demigod. So now he's a half god, half human. And he's just a bit stronger than other humans. And etc. So I hope you guys enjoy this overview. I have a Let's Play on the same channel featuring a lot of this stuff. A lot of the current features aren't in the Let's Play because I started it before I completed a lot of these polished items. And if I did that, it would kind of ruin the save game. Unless someone could help me with that, porting it over. But go ahead and remember to subscribe to the mod. Go ahead and play it. Give me some feedback in the comment section here or on the Steam page. Or go ahead and subscribe on this YouTube channel for more content as I release it. I do have 3 other mods that are different than this that are currently in creation that I'm going to be launching here soon. So please rate, comment, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye.